Listen. So Anyone But You was a surprise hit from last year that made way more money than people expected. And it's a rom-com that has the leads acting worse than Plank.
What are you talking about?
But one look at that poster and people buying 3D tickets. A lot of people didn't realize that it's actually a remake of a Shakespeare play called Much Ado About Nothing, where during a wedding, a couple of exes get duped by the families to fall in love in order for the ceremony to go okay. So then this movie about them setting up an affair had people posting in real life about them. Like, I don't think it got to that spicy level that Gaga and Bradley had. Everyone knows not even Adam and Eve can come close to what Jessica Chastain and Oscar Isaac were doing. But right before this movie went on Netflix, Sydney came out and says, "Psych, we were just acting and playing it up, but we were just trying to sell a movie." And poor guy, I think Glen found out with us.
This entire weekend, I've been lied to and manipulated and puppeteered. I don't know what is real and what is not.
It was so much fun.
Fuck that.
Personally, I think it's terrible. But I'm also not gonna lie, I did kind of like it. Let me explain. So the movie begins with them at a coffee shop where this lady's trying to cut in line because she's in pre-law.
I also kind of, well, no, I know.
That's when this man steeps in and skips calling her his girlfriend and just straight up names her
My wife.
even though, like, the bathroom key has more rings than they do. Since it's a rom-com, she's getting splashed and blown on her own in a bathroom that's bigger than, like, most NYC apartments. But the moment that she comes out, this man's a gentleman and he's charming her out the door.
I'm Ben.
I'm Bea.
They then do all the cutesy things like taking a walk in the park, having their names be one letter off from each other, him inviting her over and making her a medium, well, grilled cheese.
Then you just saw me take it off the burning stove.
Oh my God.
Boy, aren't you gripping your heft? She then vents about how she doesn't want to be a lawyer while he's making excuses for being a finance bro. And in the end, they end up sleeping together. But, like, don't really sleep together. Like, all that flirting and ain't even hip, man. Next morning, she's pulling the loudest quiet walkout I've ever seen. This girl literally slips out of his arms and tap dances her way to the exit. And while the Bible says to keep no records of wrongs, this just ain't right. She then does the walk of shame back to him, only to hear him talking smack to his buddy Pete.
My boy's in love.
Fuck that. I couldn't get her out of here fast enough. This girl's a disaster.
We then skip months later where her sister and his close friend are dating, so they meet at a club where Ben finds out that he was actually her hall pass during that break, so they end up clubbing it out.
You'll always be my rock bottom. The night I spent with a Ben.
Did she just call him a bitch?
I do gotta call out one thing though, like, how is this girl wearing a shirt like this, but then she's the wingman for the white dude? Even worse, she's scoping out girls drinking Budweiser?
Objection.
Leo.
Years later, these two are getting married in Australia, making it a destination wedding, so they gotta, save by not printing out invites and instead got a sponsorship. Our main characters then get stuck on the same flight over, but while he's cashed in his Top Gun check for first class, Madam Webb has her flying econ.
73F all the way to the back.
73F? If this plane crashes, we're not seeing her until the second season. Bea continues to sneak into bathrooms like she likes to do and chooses to go to the front of the plane where she sees Ben sleeping and decides to commit theft by stealing his cookie, only to have hers in his face when she gets stuck. Boy's in the Mile High Club and he doesn't even know it. They arrive to this decked out beach house where they're all staying at, and my man is still a gentleman, always letting her go first. But then temptation arrives. Turns out that one of their step-cousins is also there, and he used to have a fling with her, and this girl looks like she just came out of a Hollister ad. Like, it ain't even breakfast and she has her biscuits out. To add to the fire, Margaret's got a surfer dude named Bo who keeps wanting to take him down under.
Come on, mate. You know the anteater.
Meanwhile, Bea's keeping a secret from her parents that she dropped out of law school so they won't think that she's throwing her life away.
How's our future lawyer?
Right?
We then meet the extended family during game night where he's eyeing her more than the buffet but doesn't realize that there's no leftover love.
5 words.
No, just shut the fuck up.
The fam knows that there's so much tension that they're burning more sage than the Catholic Church. These two end up messing around so much that they light up a pack of fireworks and actually set them off. Like, this is attempted murder. This is an armed attack.
Sorry.
That leaves the family to come up with the Shakespearean plan of setting them up together for a fling so that they don't mess up the wedding and so that they can have a movie. So now they're planking around set in order to plant the bait. They're doing these radio play talks just to, like, homage the original, which, like, don't really work. They're kind of corny. But that's when you really start noticing things in the script that are, like, super random.
I mean, this place is basically America. They speak English, they eat regular food, they have a complicated relationship with their past.
I'm from a different generation, and your generation sucks. You fucked up the whole world for us. And I'm full of shame.
Bruh, one of the writers was working on a different movie. The mom then pulls a jump scare that freaked out my theater audience more than The Exorcist did, but she gives them the push that they need to go off the deep end. Problem is, this man does less cardio than the people from WALL-E.
Can you not swim?
I'm an excellent swimmer.
Oh my God, you're hot girl fit.
I'm not hot-crossed!
Meanwhile, the new guy is Aussie Aquaman. They end up scheming a reverse Uno plan to con their families by pretending to be together to make them more comfortable, but also to make their exes jealous. See, Bee's parents have also prime shipped in her ex-fiancé, who got there on their frequent flyer miles that they've accumulated while being helicopter parents.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you.
Man, I would have taken the first flight back instead of catching whatever strays these are.
Can't believe these dumbasses were so easily fooled.
We then get a hiking scene that's only purpose is to get the leads naked in public, because I think all the actors had that in their contract, but my man is just losing it the second half. First she hits him with the Leo DiCaprio in the back, and then the next thing you know, he's like fully naked, ready for a prostate exam. Luckily he gets a big bonus in the next scene when he teaches her dad how to dive, wrapping his arms around him before they even went mini golfing.
And I know what you guys are thinking. But he's much older.
Probably thinking I'm 27, early 28s.
I'm slightly older.
Right. How old?
I just turned 29.
Recently?
Last year.
So you're 29?
Last year.
And how old are you, like, right now?
1 more year older.
So 30.
Yeah. 32.
They then catch up with their exes. Bea recaps her story with Jonathan, who's trying to make moves like chess while she's getting things off her chest. Meanwhile, Ben goes on a coffee date with Margaret to get his mojo back, and she's not lying when they're talking about Australia having the best coffee. If you are a coffee lover, you need to try some of it.
Are you on coke?
It smells like coffee here. It's like meth. I'm guessing.
After having a flat white, he shifts over to whole milk when he realizes that their plan isn't working, and so he dashes to Bea. And I'm not even gonna lie, for a second, I thought it was the coffee that ran through him and he was running to take a shit.
Get it together, man.
You hit me so much.
Their new plan is to level up the levels of jealousy, and so they go out and rent a yacht that was so expensive they couldn't even afford the Shooting Stars bit of the Troye Sivan song.
Is Margaret watching?
It's a little hard to tell with bitch Hemsworth in my way.
They then try to do the Titanic move to flex on them, but then they go a little overboard before going overboard. And that's when this man jumps in to swim after her, because even though he misses leg day, he also misses her.
It looks like they're going full Titanic.
Except there is enough room on that buoy. They end up confessing more things than Usher, with her opening up about dropping out of law school and why she didn't want that relationship because it was too comfortable, how they were both scared on their first night, and how they could have just swam to the opera house faster than Nemo. Like, it's right there. Once they get rescued, he reveals that he's afraid of flying, and that's something that we saw earlier with her shenanigans when she was in the cockpit. She had learned that his Serenity song is unwritten, and that's what he plays to make himself more comfortable, proving that not all men think of the Roman Empire. Some men think of Natasha Bedingfield.
Release your inhibitions. Feel the rain on your skin.
They then go home and he makes her another well-done grilled cheese, which she eats so fast he has to blow in her mouth. But that leads to a pretty great movie kiss, hitting the 90-10 rule on everything. They even end up sleeping together, but like the beginning, they flip roles where now it's her saying it feels like a mistake and him slipping out the bag. Bea now gives the ex the green light, which I don't think she really needed since she's always casually stealing snacks, but it's Ben who drops the ball, telling Pete about her dropout secret. So now the whole family knows, causing this massive fight with everything toppling over being the icing on the cake.
Yeah, because I'm the one who fucked it up.
You did fuck it up.
I fucked it up?
Yeah, you fucked it up.
Fuck it up. Fuck it up, fuck it up, fuck it up, fuck it up.
I fucked it up?
You fucked it up.
And they still trust this dog with the rings? After the parents hash it out, these two do too, after Ben hears the married couple do another scene within a scene.
Oh, no. We staged a fake fight so you guys would feel bad and make up.
They end up getting their hair done and then just mess it up on the way over to the venue, where they get hitched without a hitch. But of course, these two keep locking eyes together. But it really means nothing once Ben locks lips with Margot, causing Bea to run away. And so he kills himself. Nah, for real, I don't know how the hell he jumped that far. He pulls a stunt just so that he can get the rescue helicopter over to him again so that they could take him to the opera house where she's people watching, as people watch him pull a Tom Cruise run, the Rocky steps, and then give a whole speech just like her pops would have done.
Be careful of his shoulder.
Yeah, I wrecked it jumping off a moving train in Paris. Had to tell her I love her. When you know she's the one, nothing else matters.
In the end, they have their first dance at somebody else's wedding, their exes end up together, and they sing through the credits ready for their future that's still unwritten.
How do you get away with this, just fucking around all day long?
Thank you all for checking out this video. Curious to know your thoughts down below. What is your favorite rom-com? Like, you're going on a first date. What is the one movie you're pressing play on? Let me know down below, along with your thoughts on this movie or any others that you want me to cover. But until next time, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and they'll actually text you back.